This is not some sort of self-help video. Every single day that you become better, you win. And so do the people that you love that you could help. So I built this practical step-by-step guide to improve yourself now. And I broke it down into easy, medium, and hard mode. And your goal is to finish each level and apply it to your life. Starting with number 1. We're building discipline. I need you to stop setting up goals because you're going to fail. Just setting the goal is not enough. Winners and losers both set goals. Losers still lose. Goal setting is affected by survivorship bias. This is a logical error on concentrating on those who won a selection process while overlooking those that didn't. We often only pay attention to the select few individuals that achieved $1 million business, and we assume that it's because they set ambitious goals that they got there. However, we overlook the 99.9% who had the same goal but didn't make. And here's where the difference comes. To win, winners use the butterfly effect. The butterfly effect states that this world is deeply interconnected and complex, such that one small occurrence can influence a much larger complex system. Think about it this way. It's not the goal of a cyclist to win the Tour de France. It's the system of small, continuous wins that he does on a daily basis to get 1% better that helps him win the Tour de France. Complex systems like your life are highly sensitive to small, insignificant changes. So don't just aim to have some sort of big, significant change in your life. Aim to win small, insignificant battles on a daily basis that makes you 1% better every day. So to start, you're gonna fix trivial things that you do on a daily basis that you might deem insignificant. These are some that I do daily, and I'm gonna show you how they are insignificant, but the impact that they have on a larger scale. And don't just wake up early. I want you to be specific, to use that time to work on a side hustle, to read, to work out. What does that look like compounded out for the rest of your life? Another one is to fix your room. This will laser in your focus. See, when our brain sees multiple things at once, it competes to process all of them, but it has limited capacity. So imagine being 1% more focused daily by having a clean room. Another one is sending voice notes instead of texting. It's more personal and it makes deeper connections as you network, and it saves you time. Another one is that I make sure I consume protein in every single meal. So for every meal, every time I eat, I want to make sure there's a good amount of protein, as it's been proven that it makes you stronger over the person that just eats protein for dinner. 2, we're going to unlock your work ethic. You're going to use implementation intentions for 66 days. I want you to solve big problems in your life, like warriors do, using something called implementation intention. Military commander Sun Tzu argues that you should try and win your easy battles first while also avoiding threatening opponents head on. Instead, you're gonna attack those threatening opponents through clever routes where they are weak. Well, you're gonna use the same strategy but for your habits. We attack the easy battles, which are those trivial things you can win, in the previous tip. Now, we're gonna attack your bigger problems, not head on, but with science and strategy. This is where you use implementation intentions, or the if-then model. Research proves that when you make specific plans for when, where, and how to perform a behavior, it increases the likelihood of sticking to that new habit. Okay, so how do you use this if-then model? It's simple. Whenever situation X arises, you will initiate the goal-oriented Y response. Say your goal is to quit porn. See, that's too broad and you will most likely fail. Now apply the if-then model. You're gonna do it if you see a hot girl on TikTok, then I'll immediately get off my phone, because you know it's gonna trigger you to land on Pornhub. You need to be that exact with your steps to crush your goal, and then follow those exact steps for 66 days and watch how you crush your work ethic. And the reason I say 66 days is because that's how long it takes to develop automaticity. Automaticity is the ability to perform a behavior without thinking of each step. This is when that behavior becomes second nature. 3, we're gonna unlock intelligence. You're gonna do this by stop listening to rap music to get smarter. Music has a heavy influence on you. This is in a good and a bad way. It's called the ISO principle. Now, later in the tip, I'm gonna show you how to replace music to get smarter. And no, I'm not gonna tell you to replace music with reading a book. That's boring, most of you won't do it. However, I will tell you to replace it with an audiobook, because it's equally as effective at enhancing your brain performance if you do it correctly. See, listening to audiobooks activates the part of the brain that's responsible for processing language, while reading activates the part of the brain that's responsible for visual learning. Both, however, activate the areas of the brain that are responsible for processing new information. In this study, they had 3 groups of participants. 1 listening to an audiobook, 1 reading, and 1 both reading while listening to the audiobook. After they were all done, The three groups took the same comprehension test to see who absorbed the most information. The results? There were no difference. All three groups absorbed about the same amount of information. For me, I am consuming more information than ever. Just last month, I powered through all these books because I decided to make the decision to replace music with audiobooks while I was going to the gym, as I figured it's an efficient way to process more information. Let me give you a visual example. This is your average guy that will listen to the same album on repeat for a month. This is myself, who has processed over 15 books in the last month. Who will win in the long run? Now, to retain as much information as possible, here are 3 easy tricks. Everyone has a certain mental capacity. You don't want to listen to that audiobook for more than 10 minutes because afterwards you're going to drop off. Anytime you hear a great idea, I want you to immediately write it down in your notes app. And finally, I want you to listen as you move. Workout, run, walk. Movement improves alertness and motivation while also creating new brain cells. All right, now we're entering intermediate level. We just passed easy mode where I showed you how to get 1% better every day, how to defeat your toughest battles like a warrior, and how to get smarter by cutting out certain music. You can apply all of these and get significant real-world results into your life. Which takes us to number 4. We're gonna unlock health. I'm gonna help you lose fat without even trying. Excess fat is bad for you in general while also being perceived as less attractive. I'm going to help you get rid of that without trying. For example, you can still eat the same foods, I just want you to change the plate you eat on. Making your plate smaller can reduce on average your calorie intake by up to 20%. In a study, participants that drank soup from a limitless bowl drank 73% more soup than those that drank from a standard size bowl. Now, this works great at calorie reduction. This doesn't mean you should just keep eating crap food for the rest of your life. Of course, it's recommended for you to eat healthier foods. And now, if you can't stomach the vegetables, then this is where you should be supplementing it with some sort of multivitamin. I take mine from Ritual every single day because even though I eat a balanced diet, there are certain vitamins and minerals that you will always miss. There's always holes in your diet, and a daily multivitamin can help fill those gaps. Another trick you can do is I want you to turn off your phone while you eat. This study found that those that were on their phone or watching something as they ate tend to overeat more because they don't realize time is passing. You always want to be intentional about what you put into your body. You never want to be blind. Ritual vitamins are my go-to because of that exact transparency. I care exactly about what goes into my body. And if you go to Ritual's website, you'll see just how transparent they are. They'll show you exactly where they're sourcing every single nutrient so you know it's coming from the best quality in the world. Here's another trick. I want you to chew your food 32 times to reduce the speed at which you are consuming food. This was proven to help reduce your calorie intake while also helping increase nutrient absorption. And this is important because you can get any sort of multivitamin in the market, which is fine, but if you don't pay attention to nutrient absorption, some of these are kind of useless. What I love about my Ritual vitamins is that it has a delayed release capsule that bypasses the acids in your stomach to release in the lower intestines that better absorb those nutrients. That's what sets it apart. And if you guys want to check it out for your health,
go to ritual.com/TMF40 or click the link down below in the description to get 40% off
your first month's order. Number 5, we're going to unlock strength, and I want you to do a 10-minute workout in the morning. There is a specific reason why I'm telling you to keep your workout short and to do them in the morning. Early morning workouts are the best when trying to establish a consistent routine that you can stick with. But here's the best part. Science has found that it's better to do a little every day than to do a big workout on random day. All that matters is the frequency as to how often you go to the gym, not how long you go for one single session. This was proved in a study where they got 3 groups of men. One group would go to the gym 5 times a week and do 6 different exercises every single day. The second group would do all 30 exercises on one single day of the week. And the third group would do 6 different exercises just one day a week. After 4 weeks, the group that was doing all 30 exercises just on one day a week had no significant strength gain. However, group 1 that would do 6 exercises 5 times a week increased their strength by 10%. This is why doing a 10-minute workout every single morning ensures you don't quit. First, it motivates you to stay fit because it's a short amount of time, so you'll justify it in your head. And then you do it in the morning, which helps establish and increase your discipline, ensuring that you won't quit, all while increasing your muscle strength by 10%. 6, we're gonna unlock your confidence. I want you to tell her you like her shoes. A lot of men believe that confidence is this vague thing that's hard to grasp and hard to build. It does it. And it's actually quite simple with this scavenger hunt challenge that they scientifically tested that I actually want you to try as well. This specific study proved that just talking to strangers helped build their confidence. The problem is that most people are scared of talking to strangers, not because of the strangers, but more so out of their fear of their own conversational skills, which is often overblown. In the study that I just mentioned, researchers turned it into a game to make participants engage with strangers. As the days went by, participants grew more and more enjoyment out of connecting with other people. This is because they found that conversations with strangers help boost your mood and your overall well-being. So, I have a challenge for you. Over the next 7 days, you have to complete this scavenger hunt list, which was found in the study. 1 a day for the next week. Day 1, you're gonna find somebody with nice shoes and you're gonna tell her you like her shoes and then talk to her about it for a few minutes. Day 2, find somebody taking a coffee break and talk to them for a few minutes about coffee. Day 3, find somebody eating and talk to them about food and how you're hungry. Day 4, find somebody that just looks genuinely happy and ask them what they do. Day 5, find somebody with a tattoo and tell them, I love your tattoo, where'd you get it done? Day 6, find somebody with different skin tone color and talk to them about their culture. A good opening line, may I ask where you're from? You look exotic. Day 7, find somebody attractive and talk to them for a few minutes. Now, we're entering hard mode for improving your life. You just learned how to stay healthy without even trying, how to do a workout and stick with it, and how to gain unlimited confidence by connecting with strangers. But this right here, these last 2, this is the end game for everyone. You complete this, you've officially improved yourself, and you're in the top of the mountain. Starting with number 7. Sexual discipline. You're gonna condition your brain to hate pornography with push-ups. Lust, it's hardwired in and it's hard to break. Porn and masturbating is a cheap shortcut that releases prolactin that's linked with sexual satisfaction. So now you have no motivation to level up and become a desirable man. You've already pleased yourself with your right hand. So you need to remove these triggers using the if-then model we talked about. If a hot girl comes on TikTok, then you block that account and that type of content. Do 20 push-ups and punish yourself. You're gonna train your brain to not want to see that in your feed, or else you owe yourself 20 push-ups. Finally, number 8, we're gonna unlock money. You're gonna develop a high income skill using delayed gratification. High demand skills are sought after skills that companies and brands are always looking for. If they are in high demand, someone's gonna pay for it. But here's what you don't understand. Having delayed gratification is the biggest predictor for how much money you're gonna make in your life, not the high demand skill itself. This entire video is the culmination of this. If you follow these small, insignificant steps daily and you master each level, delaying gratification will become your norm. This is exactly why I put this tip at the end. The second thing is increasing your knowledge and education, which we covered how to increase your intelligence in tip 3. So now that you're at the end, what steps are you gonna take with all this information? You're gonna try everything you learn. You're not just gonna go into one high demand skill and hope that you win off your first try. As a matter of fact, I want you to fail a lot and fail fast. This study proved that those who win and are successful are those that can fail fast and have the least amount of time in between each failure. Boys, this is a full guide on how to improve your life. If you make it to the end, I promise you, you'll get to where you want to be. I'm gonna leave you with 2 more videos so you can continue to level up. See you next time.